Yo guys, welcome back. I am doing one last review of a guy that asked me how many days ago? I could actually see that. Let me check that out quickly. Also 4 days ago. He was called TenTonPanda. Uh, so I know he added me, so I'm going with the fact that he's changed his name to TenTonHammer. I hope so, because otherwise I do a review for TenTonHammer instead of TenTonPanda. But he asked me, let me check this out. He asked me a few things if he did right. Specifically, I like to know about my Lucian, Aman, Konamiya. That's this unit. What I wrote. Acacius, Belladon, and my Finer Infernal. So let's see if he has all those units. Lucian, Comeran, Aemon, Acacius, Belladon, and his Fire Inferno. Oh, he got a Fire Inferno. Did he rune that up? What does he want to know about his Fire Inferno though? Well, he got all the units, so I'm going for the fact that I hope, I might do this wrong right now, but I hope TenTonPanda is called TenTonHammer now. I know you can rename, so it's quite, it has been a few days ago, so yeah, it could be changed. But since you have all the correct units that you asked about, I think you are the one. So let's check this out. He got Illusion, very good. He got a 6-star, really nice. He's using Fatal Blade. How much? He gets a decent amount of attack. Crit is a little low, but the crit damage is pretty okay. Let's see. Here's a decent rune. Nice substats there. He probably didn't get any 5 or 6 stars yet, so this is fine. Also not too bad substats, so crit damage, yeah, that could be good. Yeah, that's also pretty nice. The 7% attack is really good. So I guess your Lucian is correctly runed. Only thing I want to say to you is this. It's nice that you have a good, decent crit damage rune here, and it's almost plus 15 as well. But your crit rate is only 35%, so like only 1/3 of your attacks will actually benefit from this crit damage. So what I would like to say to you is try to get your crit rate up a little, because otherwise you might like do your amputation magic and then you only crit once and you only get like once a really nice number of damage and the rest is like a bit shitty. So that's maybe something you have to take into account. A crit rate has to be a bit higher if you want to utilize the crit damage there. Let's see, we got a Megan here. I'm not 100% sure if she ruined up, because apparently you ruined him, but not really upgraded. Look, this rune has to be something with swift and subset speed. This rune is pretty nice. This rune has to get some subset speed. This has to be HP percent and subset speed. This has to be getting some subset speed. And this has to be either HP or accuracy percent with subset speed. So I should rerune your Megan a little. Find those runes with the substats and get some of these runes upgraded. Like this rune sucks. She has nothing from crit damage, so try to get an HP percent here and subset speed. That's not too hard to farm. Then we get her Water Garuda. Pretty decent support because of the peace, heals everyone, and well, first removes beneficial or harmful effects and then heals. And also research is pretty nice. You got with Swift Energy. That's not bad. It's not. I would okay. Why? There's a crit rune on this. This just needs to be HP percent, and this just needs to be HP percent. There's no reason for him to do any kind of damage. What you also could do is use an accuracy rune here because of his first skill having chance to stun, quite a lot of chance as well, so that could be good, but pretty much I would go HP percent, HP percent, and you could leave it on speed if you want to make him a speed, pretty speedy unit, but his base speed is quite low, so sometimes I would use him as just energy all around. But this is definitely an option. It's definitely an option. I'm not gonna say it's wrong. We got Arena here. She's not really ruined up. I don't think so. No, she's not ruined up. He just put on some runes, but he's not using her. Got a Purian. He's not using that right now. We got a Chloe. Chloe is good. You should be using that. So we got Swift Focus. That's I don't know what the focus is for. She has nothing that gains benefit from focus, so I'm gonna check out if the runes maybe speak for themselves. Well, no. I would go Swift Energy or Swift Endure or Swift Will, because Will would actually, if you're not faster, then she cannot be controlled and ink is still. So Swift Will is actually a really good thing to do. I would go for Swift Will on Chloe. So change these runes to Will runes because they're both kind of shitty. Then this rune has to be a speed rune, as high as possible start as well. This rune is okay because it got subset speed. This rune needs to be HP percent. This rune needs to be HP percent, and everywhere you go you want to have subset speed. Obviously you're not going to get it on a speed rune. But on the rest of the runes you can get it, and this needs to change to will set. That would actually benefit Chloe quite a bit, because if you're not faster and you have the will set, then she cannot be controlled, and as soon as you are finally get your turn, you can do Fnatic anyway, so that's good. Then we got a Rogue. Let's see, Fatal Blade. That's fine. This rune, well, it's not a bad rune. I can see why you use that rune, but I should go with attack percent pretty much. I mean, you get some good substats there, so I understand why you use it. Well, obviously this rune has to get better. I mean, it's a 1 star. You could get a 3, 4 star or something. Really do that, because this rune does 14%. That's nothing, man. You can. This is a 2 star. You really need to get those 4 star runes. You could easily get those. You're far enough in the game where you can get those stars, but maybe if you don't want to use Rogue anymore, then I could understand. But I mean, I see all those runes leveled up quite a bit, so that's why I think you are actually using her. But I would definitely not, like, if you want to use him, just get rid of those 2 and 1 stars, because those are shit runes for now. You can get better. So he asked me about the cases. How should I rune him? Or is he runed correctly? He asked me about those 5 units I talked about in the beginning. Well, you got Energy Blade Focus. Well, Blade doesn't do anything for him. So I would definitely switch out Blade for Energy if you want to stay with this. But what is also an option is Despair Focus. Why would I say Despair? Well, he has, or she has, I think this is a she, right? I'm not 100% sure. Has an AoE that heals but also does damage to everyone. So that's a really nice skill to actually, like, it's reusable in 3 turns, and if you get his cooldown, if you get him skilled up, it's actually 1 turn. Like 2 turns, sorry. So that's really good. And I would suggest you to use the Despair Focus on him instead of Energy Blade Focus. Also, it's just a really good unit for having on PvE. Like the force shield really useful and stuff for PvE, also for PvP. But having her able to stun is actually even more useful. So that's why I say that. I definitely would suggest you to do that. And obviously you ruined him with totally nothing of value. Let me see. This rune is okay. this rune is shit, needs to be HP percent. I don't understand why there's a 1-star rune on this plus alot. You really need to get those better good runes. She has quite a lot of attack actually, so you could make her be offensive, but I would use her more sportively. I don't think runing up for attack makes a lot of sense. I would like to see it, because like if you see her attack is like 650. What's of rogue? 500 only, and what is it from Lucian? Well, Lucian is level 6. That's not a really good comparison. But that could be a thing. But I would just HP percent, and accuracy. No, not accuracy. Just HP percent. I would just go HP percent all around, and then I would go despair focus. And if you go to despair focus, you could obviously do accuracy here, but that doesn't really change the skill. No, that doesn't change anything. The focus helps for the windy cup, but it doesn't change anything for despair. It's just the stuns is like 25%, and accuracy will help you with not getting resisted, but that's it. Then we got an Amon. He asked me about his Amon as well. He got 2 of them. One is at 78 and one is at 70%. This has quite a lot of HP and this one doesn't, so let's check it out. Energy blade. Okay, wait, I'll check it out quickly. That's not bad. I would suggest you to switch out this rune and switch out. Oh, it's quite hard with Jordan. I should switch out as well. I would go for another blade set instead of energy. The reason why is because you lack some crit and you want him to get as close to 100%. And since you already have a 6-star or plus 15 rune crit, you really need to get those crit rates on substats. But having another blade set in there would definitely be useful. And maybe you can get lucky and get a crit on this substat. If not, you have to farm another rune. I mean, this doesn't give crit, but it's not. This does give crit, so this is a good rune. I would keep that. This is just 1%, and this is not crit. I would change these 2 runes out for a blade set, and then try to get substat with crit substat. Then you would be really close at actually getting 100%. So you get 12 from the blade set, then you would be at 82, and if you get like 10% from both substats, you're at 92. So then you're really close. So that's what I would suggest for your Amon. Let me check this Amon out quickly. You got the spare blade, so I do not know what you tried to do here, to be honest, because the spare blade makes no sense for him. Maybe you've just focused on the crit. Could that be it? The reason why that's not useful is because he just has 2 attacks that's single target, so it's not really great for him to have a despair set. But I think you're just trying this out and then and you're focusing on him. So yeah, as I said, change these 2 runes out for blade runes and try to get substat crit, so you can use that to get 100% crit or close to. Then we got our Belladon. You rune for swift focus, that's good. I like that. Attack percent is bad. I would go with HP percent. And as well as here, HP, or you could also go with a death percent rune and some defense percent rune. Look, he's a defense monster, his attack is shitty as well, but his defense is quite great and his speed is decent. So I would definitely, like, you could do like HP percent, and defense percent, or you could go HP percent, HP or defense percent, and accuracy. Because you want to land those first 2 skills, you want to have those always land. But definitely do not go with attack percent runes, because those are terrible for this unit. What else? We got and my fire inferno. Okay, I don't really understand. You got a fire chimera, so I would say that is better than a fire inferno. But fire inferno is decent. Let me check that out. You got fatal blade, so the set is viable, definitely. You got attack percent on crit. Attack. This is a good attack percent rune, but it's just a 2-star, so it's not a good rune. You need to get higher runes, man. You're level what? Wait, let me check. You're level 40. Yeah, you need to get your runes up, man. Like even Lucian is running 2 3-star runes. Not to be hard about it or something, but like your Lucian is even not that great with this. I mean, obviously that first 15, so you need a 6-star rune to overcome this, but like on your Megan you got like 1 rune is plus 15 and the rest is just like crap runes. That makes no, like this makes no sense. This needs to be HP percent. This makes no sense. This needs to be either XP or HP percent. And on your Chloe, you got like a lot of runes that don't make, that don't do anything for Chloe. Like this needs to be a speed rune. This needs to be, I mean, you know, you want to use Swift Focus, but you just use runes that are not useful for this this monster. I mean, attack percent on Chloe has nothing to do. Maybe you just put it in to get the search up, but get an HP percent rune. And here as well, get an HP percent rune. And then we got cases, for example. Well, I would definitely go with the spare focus. And you got some runes that are like this is terrible. A 1-star rune. It doesn't do anything for her. Neither do they. This is a like the 2, 4, and 6 spot are used for percentage runes, and you need to get those because you're gonna benefit a lot more from them. And you want to, like, basically what you want to do if you rune up any kind of character, what you want to do is like, okay, let me look at what it is. It's a support monster. Okay, good to know. Then you look at skills. What are his skills actually? And then you have to obviously figure out what skills he or she is good at. And this unit is definitely good at his force shield. That's why she's so powerful. So then you know, okay, I want to use her as a support unit. Then you need to check, okay, what runes do I want to use for this? What kind of stats does she need to be strong? Well, first of all, you don't want her to die. So you could be like, okay, I don't want her to die. She needs some HP percent then. Then you want to think like, do I want to make her a fast unit or not? But since you have a Chloe that could do Fanatic, if you make Chloe a speed, a really speedy unit, then you could say, okay, then I want this unit not to have any speed. So you would go for some HP percent. You want to go for some kind of accuracy because of the first skill actually benefits from that. And you want to go for maybe, well, you could maybe go for some resistance, or maybe you could think, wait, I want to use a will set on her so she cannot be controlled. All those kind of things you have to think about, and then you can rune it up. I feel like you haven't take the time to rune your units for the purpose you want to use them for. Like Chloe, you decided, okay, I'll go Swift Focus. Well, Focus doesn't do anything for her, so you clearly haven't, well, maybe you have read the skills, but you misunderstand, because there's nowhere that says she needs Focus for anything. So that's a weird thing to do. And also you rune her up with Swift because you want to make her fast, but then you don't put a speed rune on the 2 slot, which is the only slot where you can have speed. So that's really a misunderstanding from you. Let me do the Fire Inferno. Yeah, I mean the 2 sets are fine, just the runes are crap. And I wouldn't understand why you would do crit on him, because none of his, well, once critical hits this attack, okay, his first attack benefits from you having crit, but he has 2 attacks that you're gonna do as his main attacks pretty much, that are his 2 main attacks you want to use him for. So that's Hellfire and that's Meteor. So in that regard, I would not go for a crit rune. I would go for a attack percent rune, because only the first manual skill goes, like the first basic skill goes for having an advantage of having a lot more crit. But the other skills don't, and those are the important skills. So I would just go attack percent, attack percent, attack percent, and then just these runes with some good substat that gives like attack percent. So if you want to know what you want to work on, it's definitely your runes. You got good units. Then also if you want to know what team composition you could use, you had a good idea of which units are pretty strong. So like Lucian is strong, Megan is strong. This unit can be very useful as well. It's a hard name to pronounce. Chloe is really strong. Case is strong. Bellamere and Rogue are both strong units. Your Aemon is a good unit. Your Fire Charmera is actually a pretty decent unit. I know people say like, okay, Fire Charmera is not the best, but it's not a bad monster either. Don't underestimate the power of this monster. Your Fire Inferno can be a good monster. And for the rest, I wouldn't go into much of your other monsters, because you don't really have any other insane good monsters over here. Some of them are decent, like this is a decent unit, but I wouldn't focus on that. So basically you got the correct units up, but not the correct runes. You really need to step up your games with your runes. And easy way to learn how you need to rune people is go to the top 100, check some person out. There definitely will be persons having a Lucian, a Chloe, and a Megan and Chloe, sorry. A Case is also probably there, and Aemon is there, and it's not like you have to do the same thing like they do, but you could see like, oh wait, Chloe is spec for speed, and they use like Swift, and then maybe not even a second set, but they use Swift, and then you can check, okay, what do you get on rune slot 1? You'll see they have a speed rune. Then you can check rune slot 2, they will always have a defense rune, but then you can see what subsets they were trying to get. Then you could go for rune slot 4, you can see, oh, they probably went for HP percentage, okay, and they have a good subset speed on there. And then you can really figure out what are the good runes you want to use. And basically the slot 2, 4 and 6 are there for percentage based runes, and only on slot 2 there's a possibility of putting a speed rune on there, so that you have to take into account. Those slots are the most important slots to be correct. I hope this was useful for you. I think it was, because you really need to step up your game when it comes to runes. I think you really have a hard time getting up in arena and doing some content, because your runes are just not up to par. I mean, you got great units, you got a very potential good team, but you need to start farming the correct runes, and that's just basically by just farming the stages on hell mode, trying to get the correct runes. Try to get a Swift rune 4-star with speed, and try to get a Swift rune with HP percent 4-star, and try to get a 4-star HP rune on 6. For example, that's for Chloe. But if you change that out and then change this out for energy or will, I would go for will with the substat speed on it, and you could check that out by just upgrading one rune to +6 and see if it's good or not. That way you can just get the correct runes. Yes, it will take time, but you really need to do that, otherwise you're gonna stick at the low bracket and rating. I don't think you're up to 1400 yet, and maybe at the end of the month you might get there, but I don't really think so, because your runes are just not correct. They're not good. You use some weird sets sometimes, but you also use the wrong runes in the wrong places. And yes, I understand that you have quite a lot of units to rune up and that you don't always have the correct runes, but try to farm them, because I see them all around, and just try to focus on your main units. Like Lucian is a good main unit. You actually focused on him quite well, and he's actually turned out pretty good. But like Megan is terrible. She got the good speed rune. That's fair. That's fantastic. But for the rest, she's terrible. Not even upgraded these 2 runes, so you gain no substats. This resistant rune is not really effective. Crit damage doesn't do anything for her. And I mean, obviously there's 3 speed on it, but you have to take into account having a 20% more health, HP or 3 speed. 20% health is still better. And like your main units are basically Lucian, Megan, Chloe, the cases, Lightbearman, and maybe your final fill Chimera, that's what you want, or maybe your rogue. But I would just say just get those runes up. That's what you have to focus on all your units. Just start with 1 unit, just maybe go down the list, just say, okay, I want to rune up Megan, what do I want? And then you say, okay, I want this rune, let me upgrade it, no speed, so I'll try to find another rune and try to get a sub speed on it. Well, this rune is already fine. This rune you want to try to find as well something with speed. You could upgrade this because you still didn't upgrade it, so you might get speed on there. This rune needs to be HP percent with maybe subset speed. And this rune needs to be upgraded to see if you get the speed. And this rune I would go for HP percent or accuracy percent, but not resistance. And subset speed. So yeah, and then when you have done that, you go for the next unit that you want to finish. And then eventually you'll have the correct runes in the correct spots. And you'll be doing a lot better than before. Because runes make the units, not the units themselves. I mean, Lucian is great, but if you don't have the correct runes him in, he's not that great at all. So yeah, I hope it was useful for you. I think it was. Let me know if you thought it was useful. Sorry for being maybe a bit harsh to you, but you really need to get those runes upgraded to higher star runes and the correct runes in the correct spots. So yeah, I want you to let me know if this is actually helpful for you, and I want you to let me know if you want to know some specific information about something you didn't get from this video, because I might skip something that you wanted to hear. Let me know in the comments or in the message, and I hope that you're Clifton White on YouTube, because I have no clue if this is actually a correct account, but it looks like TenTonPanda and TenTonHammer is just the same name. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!